Gear is super expensive and you need to know how to store it properly. So whether you need a solution for at home or if you're on the go, there are levels to everything. So I'm going to cover all bases, and let's start off by if you're on the go. So the bare minimum thing you need is a designated camera bag. Now this can come in any style, whether it's a sling, a messenger bag, all the way up to a big backpack like this. But it needs to be either a dedicated camera bag or one that is big enough to fit a camera cube inside of it. And you might be asking why, and it's because you need something with dividers in it. Now, not only do these organize your gear fantastically, but they help absorb impacts when your gear is jostling about if you have this on your back and you're on the move. If you can, I would recommend having your body separated from your lenses whilst you're in transit, because who knows, if your bag gets jostled a little bit, it might just damage that lens mount mechanism. You don't want that, so just try and avoid it by keeping your lenses and your body separate. Another thing you should have in your bag is a hurricane blower and a microfiber cloth. This is just so you can clean your gear when you're taking it out and when you're putting it back in, just to avoid sensor spots and things like that. Now, if you're going on a longer trip to a more rugged location and you don't want to break your back when you're traveling, then I would recommend getting a hard shell case like this. A lot of these are fully waterproof, although I've never been brave enough to submerge this fully in water with gear in it, but it just gives you that extra little peace of mind if you're out in the rain. What's great about these cases is they have wheels, so you're able to drag your gear along and not break your back. And as I'm getting older, I'm leaning to these a lot more. And a side note, if you're in a remote location, these do make for a great seat when you need to take a load off after a long day of shooting. But what about when you're at home? Well, you want to make sure that you have a drawer or a closet that you keep your gear in at the bare minimum to keep it nice and safe. You also want to make sure that the room that you're storing it in doesn't get to 1,000 degrees at any point in the day, because the last thing you need is your gear overheating. And when you are putting your gear away, make sure you're cleaning it with a hurricane blower and microfiber cloth, because clean gear is definitely better gear. And if you can, try have some form of organizing system, whether that's having your primes in one line and your zooms in another, or having them in focal distance or size. And if you're lucky enough to own gear from multiple brands, organize them by brand, so one on the left, one in the middle, one on the right. So that way you know that if that project is calling for a particular brand, you know exactly where that gear is. Now, if you want the perfect at-home storage solution for your gear, then you want to get a dry cabinet like this. This basically ensures that your gear, one, stays organized, but also completely dry and temperature controlled. Now, we have a 600 litre one here from Rugged because we have a ton of gear. But if you don't have that much, you can get one as small as 18 litres, or even pretty much double the size of this at 1,280 litres. And you can have temperature controlled zones depending on what you're storing. So let me talk you through our dry cabinet setup right now. So we have it set to 70 degrees and 49% humidity. We basically chose the camera preset so the dry cabinet knows what we're storing, and that's given us our ideal temperature and humidity solution. So in terms of organization, I think we've got a good system here. We have our Sony cameras on the top shelf, our Canon cameras in the middle, and then our lenses are divided up between Sony and Canon. Just so as soon as someone knows they need to go out on a shoot, they come here, say they need a C50 and they need a 24-105. They know exactly where everything's going to be. And then once we're done, we just put it back, and everyone knows where all the gear is. It's just fantastic and really helps speed us up so we don't have to send a bunch of messages being like, where's this lens, where's that lens? And for that added bit of security, we have a combination code here, so only people that need to get in the fridge can get into the fridge. So that's how we store our gear on the B&H Social team, both in the studio and out on the road. But what's your storage solutions in the field and at home? I would love to hear it down below in those comments. But in the meantime, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.